Yo guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we have my final look back and review of Kuro no Kiseki 1, or as it's called in English, Legend of the Heroes Trails Through Daybreak. As you guys can see here, my Platinum Trophy. When I obtained this yesterday before recording, it was at a 0.1%. Now it's sticking at a 0.2%, so it is what it is. So, once again, I just wanted to do my overall thoughts of Kuro no Kiseki 1, and but first, let's get into some of the news right now. If you guys aren't aware, Kuro no Kiseki 2, or Trails Through Daybreak 2, no Crimson Sin in the title, apparently, for some reason, is to be released early 2025, which is a lot sooner than a lot of us were anticipating. I was honestly thinking it would be late 2025, but, you know, the earlier the better, quote unquote, as we will get into some certain reasonings later in this review. But there's also a lot of copium going around, and a lot of people saying this allows for a 2025 late release of Legends of the Hero Kai, or Kai no Kiseki, Pharaoh o Zemuria. I don't think that's happening at all. I don't really even want that to happen right now. I'm not, and that's not saying being mean to English speaking viewers here, but we'll get into the reasonings in a bit. But I really think that's cutting the timeline way too short currently right now for what anybody is capable of. So I would say 2026 at the earliest to see Kai for us in English. So you guys might have noticed, was alluding to it at first. Nisa cannot get away from the absolute shit show that is apparently an English release nowadays. There were so many things completely mistranslated in this game. I just, for some things it is subjective, but there's times where I'm like, I just can't ignore how bad it's translated. And it's not even the fact that they translated it wrong. There are complete parts integral to the game where they completely mistranslated, and a lot of it is just like something that would just be in the Japanese version, like not having the words EX in them. Simple things like that I just don't understand how those get through quality control, if at all quality control. At a certain point, an AI is probably better than a human being, even though I hate saying that, at translating this game than it is the actual human beings translating this game currently. Or unless this is the problem, they're using literally AI translations this whole time, and they could be literally bamboozling everybody, and that's how they're getting this done even faster. But ultimately, it is what it is with translations. I'm like, for the most part, 99 point, probably like 95 to 90%, I'm okay with. It's not that big of a deal. It's just the little things that do make it a big deal for a lot of players. Alrighty, so there's translation issues. There's also release issues. We're not even going to get into the fact that people's limited editions got released late. Like, it was literally 1 to 2 weeks late, and I feel bad for those people. Once again, that was not as bad as I believe Hajimari's was for some people. But there were people getting their copy of the game a week early, spoiling the game for a lot of people. I don't look. If you got your game copy early because of a fuck up, that's fine. Don't post about spoilers online on Twitter, because that's all I literally saw on Twitter was literally spoiler after spoiler, spoiling the game for so many people. I'm like, why? Please just leave this community if you're gonna do this. I do not like the fact that people get review copies early. Period. End of sentence. There is no reason why any company should be getting a review copy, period. It's not going to increase sales. I don't know why they do it. It doesn't increase commotion. The best commotion you can get is being a good game and word of mouth from actual content creators, not review sites. The actual content creators and people that make their livelihood around these kind of games and JRPGs, they're probably not going to do it around Kiseki, let's be real, are the ones bring the goodwill to the game, not the actual reviewers. Let's not even get to the debacle about IGN literally trying to say Kuro no Kiseki 1 was like Persona 5. We're not even going to go there. That's a whole nother can of worms. The biggest issue, look, the translation, the release, whatever to me. But realistically, I could not wrap my head. I know people are going to roast me for this, is the English cast. Ever since they released their first trailer for this game in English, boy, did I say the cast was mismatched. I cannot say a single good thing about the cast. I literally played the game maybe halfway through and I just couldn't. I literally had to stop, tell myself, no, this can't be going on. Everyone is praising the voice actors. I think they did a rubbish job. None of them fit none of them fit the actual role, and it's just better to go in the Japanese. Obviously, this is once again subjective. 100% it's subjective, but I just cannot stand the English cast. Look, like I thought everybody did an incredible work in CS 1, 2, 3, and 4 and Hajimari that I'm like, okay, I actually like the English cast. It's not that bad. Here it's just so like Van's voice actor, Agnes's voice actor, I'm like, oh my god, this is so integral to get your main characters, the people you first invest into this game correctly. It is probably one of the biggest shit shows I've seen in a while. And people say, no, no, I'm sorry. When I hear Van's voice acting in Japanese, it's just so much more legions better than the English voice actor. Once again, my opinion. But once again, regardless of all of that, revisiting Kuro no Kiseki 1 after how many after 2 years essentially, it really drives into the point why I still consider this the best game in the franchise, other than probably the Crossbell series. The small cast of characters, building them and building the world is so much more impactful. It feels so good compared to what Kuro 2 is doing. And what my biggest fear for Kai is right now. And my biggest fear for Kai is literally becoming Hajimari no Kiseki 2. I as much as how grand the story would be, the stop gapping, having so much stuffed into a game is almost a detriment to it sometimes. And that was the biggest issue with Hajimari and another major issue with Kuro 2. But with all that said and done, I mean, the biggest, I mean, the whole game, I love Kuro. Oh, I forgot about no, I did forget about one thing. I think the game is incredible. Everything, like, look, translation is what it is. I'm pretty happy with it. Not, it's just I'm just gonna nitpick it. The one thing I will nitpick quite a bit is the DLC. In the Japanese version, you actually got freebie DLC costumes. In English, you don't, and you can't even separate out the English costumes either. You can't buy a certain character's costume. You can only buy. You have to buy the entire pack, which is another $30, which is kind of insane. I don't know what is with English releases and not separating out the DLC. I really don't understand that. Every single Japanese game I've played has the you can buy the costumes at a discounted price altogether, or you can just buy singular packs of whatever costume you want. I don't know whatever the English obsession is with selling the entire all of them together and not even a discount. I don't understand that. I really want Nisa to change their mind on that because it's really fucking stupid why they're doing that. And by the way, once again, there's no need to buy the DLC outfits in this game because in Kuro 2, you get those for free. You literally get those for free in the second game. So there's no reason to get them in the first game when you don't even get half of the cast in the game for the entirety of the game. In Kuro 2, at least you get access to everyone pretty early on, and there's more endgame content that you use them in. Whereas Kuro 1, you don't get that real option. You don't get Judith till chapter the interlude, which is after chapter 4. You don't even get Beauregard until chapter 5. Is like literally halfway done. Well, not really, because you guys know if you guys know. Sorry, spoilers. But yeah, I mean, overall, once again, really happy, super glad that I was able to get this done on time. Until the next one, peace out.